Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Let's start our Jrf continuation for mock test of fishery science. Let's start the questions. Exclusively carnivorous gastropods, which are exclusively used carnivores in gastropod species, which are more. It is the neogastropods are exclusive in the carnivore gastropods. Next, the oxbow lakes are formed by which activity? Oxbow lakes are formed by. It is formed by river activity. By flowing the river, it comes and it stores in certain place. It forms the oxbow lakes. Next, in an aquatic system, a depth where the respiration and photosynthesis is balanced. In the compensation depth, both this respiration as well as this photosynthesis balanced in this depth. Next, what is the total area of estuaries in India? How much the area of estuaries in India? Can you guess this? It is having 2.70 million hectares of estuaries area in India. Next, which is the largest brackish water lake in India? Chilika Lake is the largest one in the India brackish water lake. The most important game fish of India. Which is the game fish in India? India is the Mahasir is the game fish in India. Next, the Tenulosa ilicia is an example of fish showing it is a catarrhomous migration or anadromous migration or not to migrate anywhere. From where the fish Tenulosa ilicia migrates from? It migrates anadromous fish because it migrates from sea water to fresh water, so it is an anadromous fish. Next, an institute responsible to carry out research and development work in inland fisheries sector in India is which institute for the development of inland fisheries views? Inland means it is a CCFRE. CCFRE means Central Institute of Capture Fisheries of Research Institute. Next, by requirement overfishing, we can call it as catching the small fish before they requit into the fishery or the reduction in the parental stock to extent where they are unable to produce sufficient recruitments or both of the above. What is the recruitment overfishing they are asking? What is the recruitment? It is the reduction in the parallel stock to an extent then they are unable to produce the sufficient requirements. It is a recruitment overfishing. By MSY we mean, what does it mean? It means the largest average catch that can be obtained again and again. It is the MSY. The length weight relationship, which shows this relationship here. Curvilinear is the length weight relationship. This graph shows it. Next, the sustainable yield is synonymous to, it is synonymous to the equilibrium yield. Sustainable means equilibrium. Which of the following considers the stock as an homogeneous biomass? Which is a homogeneous means having the same biomass here. Holistic models having the homogeneous biomass. Next, what is the area of exclusive economic zone of India? All of you know that 2.02 into the 10 to the power of 6 kilometer square is the exclusive economic zone. Next, the floral components of mangrove ecosystem includes the epiphytes or seagrass or phytoplankton or all of the above. Which is the floral components of mangrove, all of the above, because epiphytes it occurs as well as seagrass and phytoplankton also occurs in the mangrove ecosystem. Next, the important pelagic finfish group of Indian coast is which is important in the pelagic finfish. Here, oil sardine, lesser sardine as well as the mackerel, these are important pelagic finfishes. Which of the following is a crayfish here? Crayfish is the Procambarus clarki is the crayfish scientific name. Next, the Indian Fisheries Act was enacted in which year it is enacted? It is enacted in the 1897. Next, the important demersal finfish fisheries of the world are, which are important demersal finfish fisheries? All of the above, these cod, hake and haddock, mahadon, as well as the pollack and catfishes, all are included in the demersal finfish fisheries. The Indo-Norwegian project was started in the year. In which year Indo-Norwegian project is started? It is started in the year of 1952. Who is the father of marine fisheries development? For marine fisheries they are asking. He is the Sir F. Nicholson is the father of marine fisheries development, and mark and recapture is dash method of population enumeration. For mark, it is an indirect method. Marking and recapturing is not a direct method. Next, LW stands for which? What does this symbol indicates here? It is a asymptotic length. L means length. This symbol indicates for asymptotic. Next, the instantaneous rate of fishing mortality is denoted by a symbol. Mortality, which symbol we indicates here? We indicates by F. Next, dash is an intra-specific group of randomly mating individuals with temporal or spatial integrity. Biomass or population or standing crop or stock, which is an intra-specific group here. Stock is the intra-specific group of randomly mating individuals. Next, the diurnal range of air temperature over sea is less than 1 degree Celsius is the diurnal range of air temperature over sea. It is less than 1 degrees. Next, the apparent force resulting from rotation of earth which causes the wind deflection is known as, which indicates the wind deflection. It is the Coriolis force. It is opposite to the direction, so it indicates the wind deflection. Dash satellite is launched to measure the sea surface elementary. Which satellite it indicates that? It is the CSAT-A satellite. Next, the hydrostatic pressure C increases by meter depth. How much this pressure increases in the sea for meter depth? By 1 decibar it increases here, 1 decibar. Next, the hydrodynamics is studied under the division of marine engineering or chemical oceanography or hydrodynamics they are asking. Hydrodynamic means it is the physical oceanography. Red tide occurs when there is a bloom of which species causes this red tide? It is caused by the dinoflagellate species, example of Alexandrium and Gonulax. These causes the red tides, and the dash zone is the productive zone of the sea and it extends from varies with the availability of light, which is the most productive zone in the sea. It is the euphotic zone. And the cosmoid, ganoid and bony ridge are the types of fish scales. Which type of fish scales? All of these are non-placoid type of fish scales. And IUCN is an abbreviated form of, what is the IUCN indicates here? International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources is the abbreviation of IUCN. IUCN is an abbreviated form of IUCN stands for International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, and the first Indian Marine Park was set up at, in which place Indian Marine Park was first set up? With what is it? It is the Sundarbans is the marine park first set up in India. Next, the Johnsonburg hosted on Earth Summit in which year? Its summit in 2002. Next, dash is an example of marine wood borers, which is an example for marine wood borers. Limnoria is the type of borer species. Next, dash is a home place for dugout canoe. Where mostly the dugout canoes are used, in which state? It is mostly used in the Kerala. Next, the monofilaments are prepared from which device? It is mostly prepared the monofilaments. It is prepared from PVD. Next, the fly mesh is a full-sized mesh but has only it is having only 2 knots instead of usual 4. As usual, they are having the 4-sided mesh, but this fly mesh having only 2 knots. Okay, thank you for watching this video.